Bert Blomgren is a Tigerton native who retired from 37 years with the Wisconsin National Guard to 3 acres of gardens. Bert's avocation guided him to volunteering for 3 years as a docent at the Berner Botanical Gardens, where he also assisted with the Rose Festival. In 1993, Bert completed classes through the University of Wisconsin Extension to become a Master Gardener. With his new designation in hand, Bert developed Botany in the Classroom with the Racine Unified School District. Subsequently, Bert encouraged 30 other Master Gardeners to join him to offer Botany in the Classroom to 26 schools in Racine and Kenosha counties. Bert has donated over 6,000 hours to the Botany in the Classroom project, including mentoring students on science fair projects. Bert's enthusiasm for gardening has led to consulting on Arbor Day programs, 4-H summer nutrition, and Mother's Day planting projects. He was also the co-chair of the Master Gardeners State Convention at UW Parkside in 2004. Bert is modest about his contributions. "The kids have kept me young," he says. "I don't regret a thing about my life." Paige Weslasky enjoys sharing her passion for communication with business students. She has addressed classes at UW Parkside, Carthage College, and Gateway College. Paige also is interested in younger students. She has been a business education speaker at Red Apple School, Starbuck Middle School, Racine Alternative High School, and Union Grove High School. She has also taught web coding to aspiring programmers at Julian Thomas Elementary School. Many organizations have been eager to hear Paige's insights. She has appeared before the Racine Rotary, Racine Public Library, RAMAC, Kiwanis, and CBS 58 in Milwaukee. Paige is a regular contributor to Milwaukee Magazine and the author of a business education book entitled Grow Up, Growing Your Business and Yourself. An accomplished public speaker, Paige has emceed the American Heart Association Heart Walk, was a featured speaker at the Faith, Hope, and Love Gala, and was a judge for the Miss Racine 2020 pageant. Paige says volunteering is an extension of her business and personal aspirations. She says, "I enjoy sharing my business knowledge and experience with students who are choosing their life and career paths." Barbara Suprecht's volunteerism springs from a long career in professional civic engagement as the CNH Community Events Coordinator. In 2001, Barb graduated from Leadership Racine. Today, she's the Executive Assistant to the President of the Johnson Foundation at Wingspread. Barb has been a board member of Tex Reynolds Toys for Tots and the Victoria Colonna Italian Women's Club, where she's also served as Herald and Benefit Coordinator. She's the current Vice President of the Board of Directors for Hands of Opportunity. Racine County is richer for Barb's community involvement. The Corporate Volunteer Council, Racine Italian Fest, RCOC Golf Outing, and the Racine Literacy Council's Spelling Bee have all benefited from Barb's influence. Barb is Vice President of the newly formed Porcaro Family Charities and is a key volunteer with the Miss Racine Scholarship Program, United Way Schools of Hope, and Party on the Pavement. One of Barb's co-volunteers said, "If there's a chance to dress up as a character, she is the first in line." Indeed, Barb has appeared at Big Brother Big Sisters events as the Easter Bunny and Mrs. Santa Claus, as a Christmas tree and package at the Racine Holiday Parade, and as a bumblebee, reading a bumblebee's story to children at the Racine Wendy Literacy Spencer Council. has served 4th Fest of Greater Racine for the past 14 years. Currently, she's the parade co-chair and first vice president of the board. Later this year, she'll begin another 2-year term as president. Racine's 4th of July parade and fireworks have been ranked by USA Today as one of the top 10 celebrations in the country. With over 100 entries each year, the parade takes a full year to plan. Several years ago, when a key member of the parade committee resigned, Wendy stepped in and took on last-minute responsibilities. The parade went smoothly. In fact, many remarked that it was the best parade ever. Wendy served as an Elmwood Village trustee. She was also a member of the Cones for Kids project of the Stop Child Abuse and Neglect program, receiving SCAN's Star Support 2019 award. As the event coordinator for the Racine Masonic Center, Wendy has volunteered with Empty Bowls for 7 years. Wendy says, "I love to volunteer for things that impact people in a positive way. My hope would be that with my help, their lives are made better." Susan Capozzi, the founder of Aspire Tutoring, has helped many children overcome reading challenges. Her view was simple. When a child feels loved, accepted, valued, and worthy in the eyes of a teacher, that is when the magic happens. Susan's educational philosophy guides her volunteerism. She's the key organizer of the annual community-free giveaway rummage hosted by Cross Lutheran Church that assists hundreds of Burlington families. One year, Susan took it upon herself to help one young mother in desperate need of diapers and baby supplies. Susan sent her husband to the store to purchase those items, instructing him to hurry back before the young mother was finished selecting items at the rummage. Those additional supplies were given to the young mother directly from Susan and her husband, John. Recently, Susan gave a birthday party for one of her tutoring students who was struggling socially and academically while being bullied at school. Knowing that the girl's family could not afford a birthday party, Susan threw a pinkalicious party for the young girl. Susan invited other tutoring students and girls from her son's class to attend. The little girl was overwhelmed as she opened presents, ate cake, and met new friends. David Heck maintains the Caledonia Conservancy's walking and equestrian trails. He has been instrumental in identifying and controlling non-native invasive species in the larger properties owned by the Conservancy. Dave is an active member of the Kings Corner Subcommittee of Stewardship. He's a fount of knowledge that he readily shares with Conservancy members and the public. This past fall, Dave took the lead in obtaining prairie perennial seed. Then he instructed Conservancy members how to hand cast, a technique that mixes seeds with a little sand so the seeds fall to the ground naturally. The flowers will be seen this season at the Kings Corner, 5 Mile Road, and Highway 31. Dave's work with local landowners and school children has helped them to not only appreciate the environment, but encourage them to feel ownership of the land through their efforts. Dave has a deep affection for the environment. He is available whenever workers are needed, supplemented by his many contacts throughout the community. It is easy and enjoyable to see the native plants, Dave said. The adage that all the flowers of all the tomorrows are in the seeds of today is true. Planting and seeding brings beauty and life into our environment. Dave's calm, methodical, and logical approach to each project makes him a natural choice for the Environment Award. Sharon Ration has dedicated 25 years of volunteer service to the Girl Scouts of Wisconsin Southeast. Sharon started as a troop leader and most recently was the daycare director for Racine. Sharon's guiding philosophy has been to create safe spaces for girls to learn and grow. Imparting life skills to girls is another focus of Sharon's volunteering efforts. She has fostered and built a leadership program for older girls that included introducing opportunities to serve as camp program aides and counselors in training. Sharon has emphasized giving back to the community through school and working cooperatively with neighboring southeastern Wisconsin Girl Scout troops. Nominator Deisha Smith says of Sharon, she has played a vital role within the Racine community, believing that Girl Scouting builds girls of courage, confidence, and character who make the world a better place. Sharon has enjoyed seeing her Girl Scouts grow up over the years. She says there is so much potential in these young girls. It is a pleasure watching them gain self-assurance and maturity as they become productive community members. Diane Woolley is approaching her second anniversary volunteering with Sexual Assault Services. She answers a 24-hour crisis line and responds to both Aurora Memorial Hospital of Burlington and Ascension All Saints Hospital in Racine. She provides information, comfort, and support to individuals who have been sexually assaulted and who are often otherwise alone. Diane has been on call for Sexual Assault Services for over 324 hours, answered countless crisis line calls, and has responded to the hospitals numerous times. Diane is sometimes awakened in the middle of the night to drive to the hospital. Diane has been a certified yoga instructor for 9 years with a concentration on assisting individuals with PTSD and anxiety disorders. She offers this yoga and meditation experience to survivors, advocates, and community members. Research shows that compassionate care the survivors receive from advocates improves their long-term healing and recovery. Diane says, volunteering as a sexual assault advocate has been one of the most rewarding things I've ever done. I hope it is the first step for the survivor to trust and feel safe again. Joe Povkovich was volunteering long before he semi-retired as an internal accountant for CNH Walker Manufacturing, and Western Publishing Company. One of Joe's first volunteer opportunities was at Triad, an organization that seeks to improve senior safety and quality of life. Today he serves as Triad's treasurer. Joe started the Triad Bug Out Bag project that provides clothing and other necessities for seniors being discharged from hospital emergency rooms. As a legacy volunteer at Ascension All Saints, Joe is a friendly, reliable, informative presence at the reception desk. Joe was interested in law enforcement as two of his brothers were City of Racine police officers and another brother was a career warrant officer who conducted U.S. Army investigations. Accordingly, Joe is a member of the Crime Stoppers Board and has completed the volunteer course sponsored by the Mount Pleasant Citizens Police Academy. What is Joe's motivation for his multifaceted civic involvement? Joe says, "Before my retirement, I was in the hospital several times, and I was very happy with the help I got from the volunteers. Once I started volunteering at the hospital, it started to snowball. Volunteering is much more rewarding than I imagined." Carrie Upendo is a trailblazing entrepreneur. She has guided many companies to success, while she has personally given back over $30,000 to her community. Carrie created Operation Upendo, which means Operation Love in Swahili, taking her zeal for couponing and people to a new level. The project assures that everyday necessities are provided families in need year-round, and that an annual Christmas gift event caps the year. The Upendo Library was created by Carrie to give children of color an opportunity to conceptualize and see themselves represented through literature. The Community Lending Division gives children access to those books and stories. Carrie organized the WUSA Boxes Project that assembled and delivered mental health care kits to over 250 women in Wisconsin. Carrie's Hustle and Heart Academy is a school she built in Milwaukee that helps at-risk youth become leaders and future stakeholders in their communities through educational programs and hands-on activities. Carrie is a community advocate who has helped pass 3 state bills in Wisconsin for youth mental health advocacy. She's an Emmy Award winner for the film You're Not Alone, which shares her story with 3 other Wisconsin youth. Carrie says every child is one caring adult away from being a success story. There are many reasons I enjoy volunteering and why I built Hustle and Heart Academy. My biggest is the satisfaction I get from seeing a child's idea of impossible turn into reality. Sherry Thompson is a prolific volunteer for the Racine Zoo. She started volunteering at the zoo 3 years ago, yet she has logged over 400 hours. Sherry loves interacting with children visiting the zoo, helping them develop social skills and relationships as they learn about the animals. Sherry also volunteers in the zoo office, where she assists with mailings, filing, and reception. She was the first volunteer in the office and has helped define other administrative roles. Aisha Summers, the Racine Zoo's curator of animal care and conservation education, says, "The thing I love most about Sherry is that every time I see her, she is constantly asking what else she can do to help the zoo. Sherry is one of those rare volunteers who succeeds and improves any area she touches." Sherry says zoos give people the opportunity to see animals as they would otherwise never see them in their natural environment. Through our education system, they learn about each animal's importance in the ecosystem and in conservation efforts. Hopefully, through this education, people will respect and understand wildlife, which may trickle down to better treatment and preservation. Jack Ducox is an octogenarian who shows no sign of slowing down, volunteering for Toys for Tots, North Point Methodist Church, and Navy veterans organizations. Jack is a master of one indispensable trade, fixing bicycles so they are nearly like new. Then he calls upon his experience as a career truck driver as he rushes to make Toys for Tots deliveries in time for Christmas. Jack's church also benefits from his generosity. For 25 years, he and his wife have served as financial counters at North Point Methodist Church. He has also ushered for 40 years and served as a trustee. Jack is proud of his military service. As a Korean War veteran, he served in the Navy for 4 years. He has since volunteered as a chaplain of the Navy Club of Racine, Ship 60, and the State Navy Club. On parade day, Jack is always seen riding with his fellow Navy vets. Jack exemplifies the traits of a servant leader. He serves where there is a need and does not seek recognition for what he does. Quietly in his own way, Jack Ducox makes Racine a better place because, as Jack says of his volunteerism, it's a duty, and I enjoy it. Hayden Kraus joined the Santa in a Shoebox project 3 years ago. She was instrumental in expanding the 11-year-old Yuletide program, which originated in Racine, to Kenosha and Milwaukee. Hayden immediately went to work. She became an excellent fundraiser and made the most of her gift-buying store visits as a savvy, frugal shopper. Her attention to detail led her to assemble over 50 shoeboxes for one drop-off station last year. Hayden is a sophomore at Racine Lutheran High School. Since grade school, she has exhibited leadership in her volunteer pursuits, helping her grandmother put together baby kits for Lutheran World Relief. One of Hayden's earliest Santa in a Shoebox projects was in 8th grade at Yorkville School, where she fabricated 30 boxes. She still works on shoebox projects at Yorkville School. Diana Higginbottom, founder of Santa in a Shoebox, nominated Hayden for the Youth Award. She says, "I have always maintained that I have the best view of the good in people at Christmas time, and it was confirmed 3 years ago when Hayden came into the picture. Her best is yet to come." Hayden says, "I enjoy Christmas more knowing that I help make gifts for other kids."